Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. Will you now please stand?
Distinguished guests, university colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, those of you who are graduating today, I welcome you here today. As a reflection of this institution's recognition of the deep history and culture of this island, the University of Tasmania wishes to acknowledge Palawa people, the traditional owners and custodians of the land upon which we meet, and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. I'm delighted to be with you to participate in this ceremony, particularly this year, where, as you all know, having important celebrations such as graduations have not been possible here on the island or in a great many other places around the world. I have sorely missed not being able to gather in person as we are today for these special moments during the year. In that spirit, I would like to take a moment to reflect. For each of you graduating and for your families and friends, this year and this very moment will mean different things. I would like to start by acknowledging that this year has not been easy. As a university community, while we have faced great challenges, there is also a great deal to celebrate here today. For all of the challenges and uncertainty this year has brought, there are countless stories of courage, resilience, care and tenacity. That is what this university community is all about. It is part of our identity on this island. Today is the moment to celebrate those stories and our people. I would also encourage you to think about the personal qualities you have drawn on and those which have helped you navigate the challenges you have faced on your journey. Whatever that looks or feels like for you, hold on to it because it will help you in your next stage. The exposure you have had to working and living through adverse circumstances will serve you well, because that is what life is all about. The Chancellor has admitted you to your degrees or awarded you your diplomas on behalf of the University of Tasmania. It gives me great pleasure to share this moment of your graduation. The Chair of the Academic Senate, on behalf of the academic staff, has acknowledged that you, the graduands, are qualified to be admitted to your degrees or awarded your diplomas. The Academic Senate is the present-day equivalent of the ancient guilds, who insisted that they were the ones who verified that appropriate standards were met. As the ceremony concludes today, you will join us in processing from the hall, a public recognition of your status as graduates and diplomats. This is the tradition and formality of graduation. As you celebrate your graduation today, you join a vibrant global family of over 130,000 graduates who have taken this precious Tasmanian experience to all continents around the world and across more than 120 countries. I trust that all of you, as members of our extended family and as continuing members of the university, will maintain a strong interest in the university and the island. We very much need skilled graduates like all of you, especially so at a time like this. Whether that is on the island or as part of the community somewhere else, we really need people with the kinds of knowledge and skills that each of you have. You can be exemplars for what higher education can unlock for people by telling your stories. It is now your turn to shine, to take the talents, skills and expertise that you have honed through your studies at the university to see Tasmania realise its full potential, to become one of the very special places on the planet, a place that people look to as a model for how to create a truly sustainable, equitable and prosperous society. It is you to whom we now look to lead, to imagine and to shape our future. Remember your time on the university's campuses with fondness and cherish the connections that you have made and the relationships you have built. Hold on to those. I hope that you will never lose the thirst for knowledge that is the true outcome of higher education, and will continue to use the skills of analysis and inquiry that you have learned in the course of your studies to seek balance and clarity in the issues and problems you will face. These attributes are, in many ways, more important than the content of the courses you have undertaken. The university's motto is Igneus Patuit Campus, which translates to the field lies open to talent. It captures our spirit. It reflects our vitality and confidence in our identity and openness to communities and the world. Let me offer a special congratulations to you all. You, our graduates, now have the talents, skills and expertise. I hope that you will all embrace the next stage of your life journey, committed to creating a better future. I also encourage each of you to acknowledge the contribution of friends and family who have cajoled you, worried about you, and probably nudged you at times to the point of argument, and have supported you on your path. In so many ways, graduation is a collective achievement, and so it really matters to have a moment to be with and to acknowledge all of the people that have been a part of your journey. Today is your day, a day for celebration of your achievements and a parting reflection with your fellow graduates of your time at the University of Tasmania. You should all feel justly proud of what you have achieved. All graduation ceremonies represent a very special moment. However, in a year like this one, being here with you all today could not have been more important or more heartwarming for me. Enjoy the day with your families and friends. It's now my pleasure to invite Distinguished Professor James Vickers, representing the Executive Dean of the College of Health and Medicine, to present the college address.
Deputy Chancellor, university colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, guests, and most importantly, graduates of 2020. As noted by the Deputy Chancellor, it has been a challenging, if not fraught year, not just for our students, but I'm sure for most of the audience present today. On behalf of the College of Health and Medicine, I'd like to congratulate the graduates of 2020 for your whole journey leading to this final completion of your degree, but particularly also for your forbearance and goodwill through this last difficult year. We are extremely proud of the great effort employed by each one of you throughout your studies, and especially over this last year leading to graduation. You are certainly graduating into very exciting times in health. Health is a field that continues to grow and change, and we continue to see new treatments, new diagnostics, and new ways of doing things. We are well into the era of increased longevity, which also means that not only will we be living for longer periods of time, but we'll also likely most of us, living with longer lists of chronic conditions that will need to be managed. Digital transformation is also starting to impact the delivery of health. There are new diagnostic approaches driving personalised medicine, and we are seeing movement in our field towards supporting wellness, not just treating illness. And this is emerging as a major focus across all of the health professions. Now, I'm not sure that you will see it as a positive leading up to today, but it's also not every generation of health graduates that gets to see up close and live through a global pandemic. I'm sure for many years to come, you'll have very vivid memories of the challenges of this final year leading to graduation. COVID-19 reminds us of the perils of infectious disease and the need for continued vigilance for the rapid emergence of new health challenges. It reminds us also that there are many parts of the world that have not been as well equipped as Australia to tackle the threat of new infectious agents and their spread throughout the community. Inequity in access to good health across the world, even across Australia, is an area that remains an important challenge. And for many of you, you may end up working for or leading in the quest to enable greater health equity into the future. The COVID-19 pandemic has also shone a light on many other areas of health and wellbeing. In my area of interest, academic interest, which is ageing and dementia, the pandemic has highlighted that many of the shortcomings of the aged care system. And we hope by bringing these into the light, we will see impactful and lasting changes in this sector. As graduates, your continuing or future careers in healthcare will shape and improve the health outcomes of our communities. And I also hope that your leadership in these areas will drive continual improvement towards a more efficient and sustainable health system. In this regard, Tasmania is known for many things: our wine, our great whiskies, funky museums and fast catamarans. But we're also very well regarded for the quality of our health graduates. You will go on to have important roles in health in Tasmania or interstate, and some will find their way overseas. Some of you may continue your interest through research, and I hope some also find their way potentially into an academic career, helping all of us here pursue our goals across teaching, research, as well as contributions to the wider community. For wherever your career leads, the qualifications you receive today will be very well regarded. Many of our health graduates, in fact, were intimately involved in managing the Tasmanian COVID outbreak, and the university contributed directly here with over 20 staff from the College of Health and Medicine moving over to work closely with the public health services throughout the year. And as graduates, you also join the university's College of Health and Medicine's alumni community. This network stretches across Tasmania, Australia, and around the world, and will provide an avenue for support and connection to others, as well as opportunities to explore new horizons. I think recognition today also needs to be given to your family and to your friends who have supported you throughout your endeavours, and also the many university staff, including lecturers, tutors, professional staff and mentors who all strove to ensure your success. So finally, congratulations again on your fine achievement today. We hope you enjoy this important day, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavours and career development.
Thank you, James. I now invite Distinguished Professor Vickers to present candidates on behalf of the Academic Senate who have qualified for degrees and diplomas from the University of Tasmania.
I call upon candidates for degrees and diplomas to stand. Deputy Chancellor, I commend to you the graduates and diplomats that have been admitted to the degrees and awarded diplomas through University Council. They have completed all requirements for their awards to the satisfaction of the Academic Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, your awards have been conferred. You have been admitted to the degrees and awarded the diplomas for which you have qualified.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in congratulating the new graduates and diplomats. Graduates and diplomats, please be seated. Deputy Chancellor, the graduates and diplomats will now be presented to you.
I now call upon Associate Professor Glenn Jacobson, representing the Executive Dean of the College of Health and Medicine, to present graduates and diplomats in that college.
Deputy Chancellor, for the award of the Diploma of Dementia Care, I present to you Violet Bennett. Pratima Gaulikar. Craig Stephen Jones. Sky Meanwell. Alice Helen Scott. Deputy Chancellor, for the Associate Degree in Dementia Care, I present to you Yanano Benjazano. Priska Schiffer. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Behavioural Science, I present to you Jessica Kate Thurstons. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Dementia Care, I present to you Diesmo Jean Wenham. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Health, Public Health, Professional Honours, I present to you Julie Madickerson Galladan. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Health and Community Care, I present to you Narelle Helen Parker. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Medical Research, I present to you Milad Afzali. Tiaj Bonagiri. William Chen. Isabella Kathleen Barbara Curran. Ella Grace Daniels. James Alexander O'Loughlin Glover. Samuel Graham Hall. Samuel Kenneth Ray. Anania Evangelist Senanoglu. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Medical Research with First Class Honours, I present to you Stan Johannes Joseph Drummond. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Nursing, I present to you Maisie May Blake Waller. Neve Kathleen Brady. Meg Annabelle Crombie. Tenzin Dassam. Annie Dayton. Molly Rose Deneen. Claire Liana Ruby Doyle. Bronte Ann Johnston. Eilish Catherine Lawn. Sigrid Grace McLeod. Eleni Musatos. Madeline Ashley Muller. Keely Erica Ortman. Sarah Kate Pratt. Elaine Rowlands. Julius Andre Tolosa Salvador. Yimei Zhang. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Paramedic Practice, I present to you Emma Louise Corns. Emily Elsie Charlton. Amy Louise Palethorpe. Emily Anna Palmer. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Pharmacy, I present to you Nathan Alexander Beattie. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Pharmacy with Applied Honours, I present to you Caleb Andrew Aitchison. Michael Kawai Cheong. Chin Lin Wu. Nicole Elise Witten. Deputy Chancellor, for the award of the Graduate Diploma in Counselling, I present to you Anthony Reid Kruger. Darcy Thomas Lefroy. Linda Marie Richardson. Deputy Chancellor, for the award of the Graduate Diploma of Public Health, I present to you Tessie Rama. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Clinical Nursing, Anaesthetic and Recovery Nursing, I present to you Melanie Salvanera Angico. Favour Shinyu David Onu. Sarah Sujitha Nanasararam. Ayati Shail Nandini. Lauren Jane Renwick. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Clinical Supervision and Clinical Leadership, I present to you Antonia Ottavio. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Pharmaceutical Science, I present to you Vyasa Murthy Akondi. Sri Lalitha Vaishnavi Chetlapali. Aninja Garg. Shaman Akhtar Kaya. Shivani Punj. Krupaben Ganshyambi Rajodia. Pranati Ravi Shankar. Vijare Garvan Shashadri. Asta Sharma. Amrit Upadhyaya. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science, I present to you Brooke Louise Cantrell. James Patrick Cummins. Sophie Louise Gates. Cooper Darren Leake. Joseph Harry Mackey. Zachary Patrick Thomas Richards. Peter David Benjamin Shaw. Chloe Young. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science with Honours, I present to you Paige Philippa Lydon. Aisling Pearl Pitney O'Driscoll. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science with First Class Honours, I present to you Olivia Claire Hannon. Caitlin Ann Walker. Deputy Chancellor, for the award of the Graduate Certificate in Nursing, I present to you Simon Peter Burden. Kathleen Mary McCarthy Bushby. Simone Elizabeth Taylor. Rachel Jane Thorpe. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Professional Psychology, I present to you Alice Margaret Bosworth. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical, I present to you Olivia Rose Bounds. Morgan Kate Norris. Rebecca Georgia Pitts. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates and diplomats from the College of Health and Medicine. Deputy Chancellor, I now present to you the graduate from the College of Arts, Law and Education. Deputy Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Adult and Applied Learning, I present to you David John Walsh. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduate from the College of Arts, Law and Education.
I now call upon Professor Tracy Dixon, representing the Dean of Graduate Research, to present those graduates who have qualified for research higher degrees in graduate research.
Deputy Chancellor, along with teaching, research is one of the major activities of the University of Tasmania. The university is ranked amongst the top research-intensive universities within Australia, and the strength and diversity of our research is reflected in our consistent world-class performance across a breadth of disciplines. Our higher degree graduate research students make a significant contribution to our research activities through the generation of new knowledge, through analysis, innovation and insight, using state-of-the-art research facilities and a truly multidisciplinary approach. Through the application of that knowledge, our research students contribute to the solution of real-world problems and to the improvement of our communities and citizens' wellbeing. Deputy Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present the new Research High Degree graduates to you. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you those graduates whom you have admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Abraham Ojokanimi Daniel. Dr. Daniel investigated the efficacy of novel UTAS-developed drug candidates for the treatment of blindness caused by diabetes in a rat model. His preclinical work leads to the new therapies to treat diabetes-induced blindness. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Abraham Ojokanimi Daniel. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Mitchell Anthony Dwyer. Dr. Dwyer compared the care provided to and outcomes of people with stroke across geographical settings. He found that despite disparities in stroke care between urban and rural areas, there were no corresponding differences in patient outcomes. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Mitchell Anthony Dwyer. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Daniel Jake Hoyle. Dr. Hoyle evaluated the clinical impact of reducing sedative use within aged care facilities. His findings suggest that sedative use can be safely reduced with possible improvements in agitation and quality of life amongst residents. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Daniel Jake Hoyle. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Rajendra KC. Dr. KC investigated chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He discovered that biomass smoke increases adhesion to the bronchus lining by Haemophilus influenzae and developed a method to distinguish COPD and non-COPD bacterial isolates. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Rajendra KC. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Thomas William Norman. Dr. Norman investigated the use of multiple cutting-edge electronic assessments to comprehensively monitor alcohol intoxication, cognitive impairment and alcohol-related harms in real-world drinking settings. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Thomas William Norman. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Valerie Ann Ranson. Dr. Ranson researched brain mechanisms underlying hearing voices in schizophrenia by studying schizotypical personality. Particular deficits found in schizophrenia were associated with auditory hallucinations. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Valerie Ann Ranson. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Na Tran. Dr. Tran examined the occurrence of biological risk factor with relevant socio-demographical and lifestyle factors. Her research has important implications for the prevention and management of chronic disease in Vietnam. Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Na Tran. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from Graduate Research.
Just about concluded the ceremony, but for me, a theme that's been right through this ceremony, and for that matter, others that I've attended this year, has been the theme of support and people who may have extended support to graduates and right throughout their degrees or diplomas. And I'm sure that a lot of those people are, in fact, here today. Numbers are limited, but there's plenty up there that I can see, apart from the lights, which are a bit bright. But what I'd like to do is ask the graduates, to, if they wish, to be upstanding and to turn around and recognise those people who supported them right throughout their course. So please be upstanding, turn around and thank people in the normal manner. Thank you. Just a reminder too, just before we leave, that you're not actually leaving, whilst we're leaving the ceremony, you're not leaving the university, and because you're now alumni of the university, you've joined a very special university community, and we'd very much like you to keep in touch, to hold on and maintain your connections with the university community in the island. Now, I'd ask you all now to stand while the procession retires and invite you to follow us. Thank you.